Why do you think the Zodiac 12 did not participate in the Chimera Ant extermination? The Zodiacs are the highest-ranking members of the Hunter Association, and we believe that they would have been a force to be reckoned with had they participated. Hello, this is the Hunter Hunter Institute. In this video, we would like to provide an in-depth explanation as to why Netero, the former chairman of the Hunter Association, did not ask the Zodiacs to join him in exterminating the Chimera Ants. If you like the members of the Zodiacs, please give this video a thumbs up. And let us know in the comments section who your favorite Zodiac member is. 1. Who are the Zodiacs? If you don't need an explanation on the Zodiacs, please skip to the 2 minutes and 48 seconds mark of the video to get to the main discussion, and we hope you enjoy. The Zodiacs, also known as the Zodiac 12, are a group of 12 hunters whose skills have been recognized by the chairman of the Hunter Association. They are entrusted with the management of the association in times of emergency, and in Chairman Netero's case, they also served as his sparring partners. Each member is given a code name corresponding to one of the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac, and most members who are devoted to Netero would change their appearance to match their assigned zodiac animal. There are, however, exceptions, such as Jing and Pariston. Many of the other members of the Zodiacs have an appearance such that you can easily recognize their code names upon first glance. Their first appearance in Hunter x Hunter was at the end of the Chimera Ant arc, when Netero lost his life during his battle against Morel, and the Zodiacs were called together to decide who would become the next chairman of the Hunter Association. And after the chairman election ended, Jing and Pariston left the Zodiac 12, and two of the main characters, Krapika and Leorio, replaced them. Currently, all members of the Zodiacs are aboard the Black Whale and have been tasked with two critical and difficult missions. The two missions are: Number 1. By special order from V5, control Beyond while fighting off Beyond's allies. Number 2. By order from former Chairman Netero, successfully lead an expedition to the Dark Continent before Beyond. In order to accomplish these missions, we anticipate that the Zodiacs will become very involved in the story that takes place on the Black Whale and the Dark Continent. All members of the Zodiacs are very skilled Nen users, and among them, Pariston, Botobai, and Cheadle are Triple Star Hunters. Triple Star Hunter is a title said to be held by only 10 people in the world, and there are 3 people among the Zodiacs who have this title and are recognized by all as strong enough to be the chairman. So, many people wonder why the Zodiacs did not participate in the Chimera Ant extermination. From here on out, we would like to explain why Chairman Netero did not call the Zodiac 12 to participate in the extermination of the Chimera Ants. 2. Why weren't the Zodiacs called for the Chimera Ant extermination? We would like to consider 4 theories. The first theory is Netero wanted to exterminate the Chimera Ants on his own. In other words, Netero wanted to know the extent of his own abilities. When Netero was 46 years old, he felt the limits of his own body and combat skills and decided that he wanted to return, in his own way, the immense debt he owed to the martial arts that had nurtured him. For many years, he practiced a hard training called 10,000 Punches of Gratitude. Additionally, when Colt was asked by Netero to give an opinion without hesitation based on the experience of seeing the king up close, and compare the strength of himself and the Chimera Ant King Morel, Colt responded, "You probably wouldn't even be able to touch the king. You'd get killed before that, probably by one of the members of the royal guard." Netero was pleased to hear this, laughed, and replied, "How delightful. A challenger at this age. My blood is boiling." During his actual battle with Morel, Netero said, "The ultimate martial art I seek is to face a formidable and difficult enemy with all my spirit." All of this suggests that despite his usual playfulness, Netero is truly a fighter at heart. It is certainly possible that he wanted to achieve the extermination of the dangerous Chimera Ants with his own strength, because he had suppressed his fighting instinct for so long, due to not having any opportunities to fight at full strength because he had become too strong. After Netero's death, Botobai said, "I can't understand why the chairman didn't ask us." To which Cheetle replied, "Because he wanted to hunt on his own." It seems that Cheetle really liked Netero, as can be seen from her interactions with Jing. So Cheetle's opinion has credibility. Therefore, it seems very plausible that Netero wanted to exterminate the Chimera Ants himself. The second theory is, Morel and Knov's Nen abilities were most optimal. After Netero saw Pito from a distance and said, this isn't good. Could he be stronger than me? He asked Morel and Knov, "The problem is how to win. I'm willing to take any suggestions." Knov replied, "How you love to tease. You already knew what you would do when you chose the two of us." Morel says, "If it's the combination of me and Knov, we can easily separate the bait and the net." It is natural that Netero thought that Knov's hide and seek and Morel's deep purple Nen abilities would be optimal for defeating the Chimera Ants. If Netero left the hunting of the weaker Chimera Ants to Knov and Morel as he prepared for the decisive battle, it is also consistent with the first theory that Netero wanted to exterminate the Chimera Ants on his own. The third theory is, Pariston was pulling some strings behind the scenes. Morel recommended Dyake as the optimal hunter to defeat Chitu, but this recommendation was rejected, and a hunter who was likely a temp hunter was used instead. Temp hunters are hunters with governmental jobs subcontracted to them from the Hunter Association, and only take on referred jobs. Essentially, Pariston is in charge of temp hunters. Pariston later revealed that he and Beyond Netero had long ago decided to go to the Dark Continent together. Since Isaac Netero had forbidden Beyond Netero from traveling to the Dark Continent until he died, it is quite possible that Pariston considered Isaac Netero to be an obstacle at the time. So he arranged behind the scenes to prevent the Zodiac 12 from going there, in order to reduce the strength of the Chimera Ant extermination team. Additionally, Pariston loves doing things that people dislike. So it is also possible that he disrupted the Zodiac's participation in the extermination, just to make them sad when Netero died in a battle they were not included in. In his conversation with Cheetle, Pariston said, "I just wanted to bother the chairman, and Netero seemed really happy and annoyed when I caused him trouble. I wish I could have played with the chairman more." So although Netero was an obstacle that prevented Pariston from going on his expedition to the Dark Continent with Beyond Netero, he seemed to be very sad when Netero died, because he was his best playmate. If Pariston was really pulling strings behind the scenes to prevent the Zodiacs from participating in the Chimera Ants extermination, but also was grieving when Netero died, he would be considered nothing short of a psychopath. The fourth and final theory is, Netero wanted to avoid the Zodiac's abilities from getting absorbed. Netero and the others had already learned about the fear that Chimera Ants can eat people and absorb their abilities. And Netero warns Killua, who fled from being almost killed by Pito. "Do you understand now? Incomplete strength has the possibility of being absorbed by the enemy." Killua responds by saying, "That's why the three of us are the elite few." However, later on, Netero gave Gon and Killua a chance to participate in the Chimera Ant extermination again, and even contacts Knov through email, saying, "We'll split into pairs to pursue the Royal Guard, so get them separated." Kanzai says, Morel and Knov are not enough, but it is possible that in terms of ability, Morel and Knov are more suitable for Chimera Ant extermination than the Zodiac 12, even if Kanzai is just speaking out of frustration. However, it is also clear that Gon and Killua are not as strong as the members of the Zodiacs. It seems that not all of the Zodiacs have extremely high combat abilities, but according to Hisoka's personal scoring system, he gave Kanzai a score of 85 points and Ginta a score of 90 points. Botobai and Sayu are also expected to have high combat abilities as well, so it is unlikely that the Zodiac 12 are weaker than Gon and Killua in terms of both ability and experience. Thus, it is also possible that Netero did not call the Zodiacs because the members in the group have abilities that are essential and necessary in order to maintain the Hunter Association. We believe that the Zodiac 12 are full of talented hunters with valuable abilities. For example, Cheetle is a triple-star disease hunter, whose role is to find new elements to cure immedicable diseases. But in saying this, we think the worst thing that could have happened is allowing Knov's hide-and-seek ability to get absorbed by a Chimera Ant. So it must have been deemed optimal for Knov to retreat from battle before this happened. In addition, even from the perspective of ability, if Netero and the Zodiacs were to be completely wiped out, there is a fear that the Hunter Association would collapse. So it is possible possible that Netero did not take the Zodiacs with him to exterminate the Chimera Ants, because he needed the Zodiacs to replace him in order to keep the Hunter Association running, in the event that he loses his life. In summary, here are the reasons why we believe Netero did not call the Zodiacs to participate in the Chimera Ant extermination. Reason 1. Netero wanted to exterminate the Chimera Ants on his own. Reason 2. Morel and Knov's Nen abilities were most optimal. Reason 3. Pariston was pulling some strings behind the scenes. Reason 4. Netero wanted to avoid the Zodiac's abilities from getting absorbed. Personally, we believe that all of these reasons could be true. Which reason do you think best explains why Netero didn't call the Zodiacs to help him defeat the Chimera Ants? Do you have any other possible theories? This concludes our explanation as to why Netero did not call the Zodiacs to help him exterminate the Chimera Ants. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. We'll continue to post videos to show how great Hunter x Hunter is, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's all for today. See you all again in the next video.